welcome back to the Levrage Podcast, powered by the NEXT400 Bound, where we are creating a legacy of wealth in the community. Today, I'm super excited to talk about a very important piece of our wealth building process. As you already know, we can't talk about building financial security and wealth without talking about investing in real estate.
Yeah.
So today I am lucky and blessed to have with me Mr. Isaac Aboagye. You know, he's a real estate consultant and he's also affiliated with the company Devtracco in Ghana, West Africa. Hey man, can you tell me a little bit about what your company does, what you do, and the problems that you're trying to solve in terms of when it comes to real estate investments?
Okay, so real estate investment is one great venture that a lot of people are interested in getting properties at prime areas or getting the right properties to invest in. And then we in Devtracco is bridging that gap, is providing such unique services. And one great thing about Devtraco is that we do end-to-end service, right? From developing the property to building the units, building the apartments, in premium requirements and quality services that we can provide. Also ensuring that the units are at prime areas, closer to very important institutions that will be very beneficial to clients. So we do those things, and then we offer also maintenance and management services, so we don't leave you hanging after getting your investment. We also manage and maintain your property, ensure that you're able to rent it out to get very good room rate revenue, and then your investments, you'll be able to get returns on them. So that's basically what we do at Devtraco, offering luxurious properties at prime areas and then giving you the urban lifestyle that you need.
Okay, so my job here today is to break this
Mhm.
apart in pieces so that anybody who's
Yeah.
watching, who's interested in investing in the real estate business or the high end, modern luxury area can hear it from you what it takes and how to approach this. So let's take it a step back. I'm going to play this role. I am interested, right? So I am an
Mm-hmm.
African American. I live in New York
Great.
or Georgia, wherever. And I've heard a lot about Ghana. You know, it's exciting. I've seen all these things. I actually visited Ghana and I love it. And now I want to get serious. So I want to invest in an Airbnb, for example. I want to invest. I'm not ready to live in Ghana permanently, right? But I want to
Okay.
have a property there. So whenever I come on vacation or visit Ghana, I have access to that apartment. And when I'm not
Yeah.
there, that apartment does some form of investment work for me so that I can recoup on my investment or continue to make some money. So how would that
Mm-hmm.
work for me?
So excellent choice. We are looking at the right investment opportunity. What we do with Airbnb is that Airbnb basically goes with short lets. We are looking at a week. We are looking at 2 weeks of rental. What we have done at Devtraco Plus is specifically to get a reliable and a well-established management company and rental company. So we existing for more than 3 decades. I've realized the pain points and what tenants, homeowners are looking for in terms of real estate investment or residential purposes. And one thing about our properties is that they are situated at prime and serene locations. Its proximity to the airport is between the minutes of 8 to 10 minutes across board. So we have units or properties at areas such as cantonments, areas such as Roman Ridge. We are looking at Laboni and then Jolo. These areas gives that opportunity for you to be able to rent at high rates. I'm sure it's business that you're doing. So if you want to rent at a minimum rate of $80, that's for studios, $80 to $100 per day, which tenants are willing to pay because of the how well developed the place or the locations are. And we are looking at one beds ranging averagely of $150 to $180 per day.
Mm.
So conservatively, you are looking at $1,500 to $1,800 per month for a one bed, and two bedrooms which are suitable for long lets. family size, people who want to stay there for longer periods, we are looking at $250 to $280 per day at a conservative price of $2,500 to $2,800 per a month. And ensuring that we have this mixed used opportunity for tenants and for homeowners, we have a lot of amenities. Amenities we are looking at for great amenities. Devtraco Plus has it in all our properties, even off plan or already completed properties. So we are looking at amenities, basic ones. Yeah, yes, sir.
Nice. So how would this work? Now break it down to me. Off plan
Mhm.
and completed projects, right? So
Yeah.
how does off plan work? I'm interested. You show me. Explain it to
Mhm.
me. How does the off plan work?
So off plan as properties that are not completed yet, but they'll be completed in a time frame or in a period of time. We have units that will be ready in 2 years' time. We have units that will be ready in 3 years' time. So that gives you, the investor or the client interested in buying, the opportunity to pay it in installments. It also gives you opportunity to reserve the unit with an amount. Mostly what we do is what our reservation fee is $5,000 to reserve the unit. So when you reserve it, it's off the market. That means you reserved in your name. Then we give you a flexible payment plan that spans for either 6 months interval or 1 year interval. So it gives you the opportunity whilst you are even involved in another project or you're already caught up in something that you are doing that's also involving financial constraints. So you don't have to pump all your money. You don't have to put all your money into securing the units with a lump sum,
Okay.
regardless of the price.
Yeah. So I have a question with that. So
Yes, sir.
what's just give me a rough average price. Let's say for a one bedroom. Let's start with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Rough. I'm sure it changes based on time, economics and all of that stuff. But roughly
Yeah.
on the average, a one bedroom modern luxury in a key prime location would
Mm-hmm.
cost about how much?
So averagely, a one bedroom, currently what we have for our units is ranging from 135,000 US dollars for average one bedroom at Roman Ridge. And then we also have properties at cantonments. So
So
averagely 130
one average is
to
130 to what? Like
yeah, 130 to one let's say 200,000 US dollars,
okay,
dependent
so
on the size.
yeah.
Yeah, dependent on the size. The size we are talking about, the square meterage, is also dependent on the layout of the property or the
Okay.
units.
Okay.
So that's what factors that we consider into pricing our units, and we are highly competitive on the market.
Okay. So let's assume it's like a 150K unit,
Yes,
right?
averagely one. Yeah.
That I'm interested in. I
Mm-hmm.
put down 5K.
Yes, sir.
Do I go into a monthly payment and I have a year, you're saying, to pay
Yeah.
the entire amount, right? The 150. So now I'm left with 145. How does that break down?
So, okay. Currently, our units, we have 2 years off plan payment plan, and then we also have 3 years off plan payment plan. So, let me break it down into the address of which we are sticking to the one bed. So, we have units, service apartment units ranging from 130 to 150,000 USD, depending on the unit. So, with that one, after doing the $5,000, we give you within 30 days to secure the units. We have a payment plan that is either 20% or we have 15% payment plan. And then we also have payment plan that you do either 30 or 25%.
Okay.
We even have 40%. So dependent on how much you want to pay. But the 20% payment plan is 6 months interval. So you pay after the 30, after within 30 days, you do 20%. Then the next 20% will be 6 months afterwards.
Okay.
Then the next payment, 20% will be 6 months afterwards. So you
Okay.
pay it twice in a year.
Okay. 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 Oh,
Yes.
okay. And then in two
Yes.
years, wait, so yeah, so in about 2 to 3 years, you'll be done, something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. So dependent on the project. So with
Okay.
the address, we should be finishing 2027 first quarter. So you do the 6 months interval till periods, the period that we will complete. Then we have another one that is off plan for 3 years. That is Alo at Cantonment. With that one, you do a $5,000 just reserve. Then within 30 days, you either do a 15% payment plan or you do 15% within the 30 days. Then you pay it 6 months interval, 15% every 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Then if you want to stretch to the yearly payment plan, then within 30 days, you do either 25% or 30%
Hmm.
within 30 days. Then you got to pay the next one in a year's time. The next 20%, you are paying it in a
Oh,
year's
okay.
time.
So it's
Yes,
pretty
then you are
it's
paying the
it's
next 30. Yeah,
so it's pretty flexible. Uh
extremely flexible.
oh, okay. So
Yeah,
so so then what's the other option if the unit is completed?
yeah. When the unit is completed, like Nova that we have at Roman Ridge, we have a studio available. We have some one beds also available. With that one, since it's completed and ready to move in, it is expected to be an outright payment.
Okay.
Yes, it's expected to be an outright payment. So you have to pay and then move in. But what we do is that we will look into, if you can't do the outright payment, then we have a conversation with you, get to know how you want to pay it. If you want to do some deposits and then pay the rest, split the payment to 3 months, we will look into that for you. And we have to also consider what the homeowner or whoever who have brought it back into the market will also agree to, the terms that the homeowner will also agree to.
Wait,
Yeah.
what do you mean by the homeowner?
So some of the units that are ready to move in,
Hmm.
up for sale,
Oh, okay.
belongs to people who bought it off plan,
Oh, okay. Get it.
and then they are
Got it.
flipping it over, selling it at this
Okay.
stage.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so that's
So it
yeah,
also depends on what they are willing to work out. They might.
out.
So,
Yes,
and
yes.
when that unit is, I guess, on hold in transitional period, right? Where it's for sale,
Mhm.
nobody's in there. Do you
Mhm.
Airbnb it or it just remains empty?
So it depends on the homeowner. If the homeowner wants it to be Airbnb, he wants to go into rental business, he gives it to our dedicated rental company and maintenance management company. So they will be renting it out. And when it's due, it's time for him. He says that okay, I've rented for a while. I want to now sell it. Then that's when we also put it on the market for sale. And then we and yeah, and there are also homeowners who, when they buy it, they don't want to even rent it at all.
They just
They
want to
want
sell it.
to sell it.
Okay.
Yes, then
They're and
Devtraco comes
they're
in to
flippers.
sell
They're
it for
just
you.
flipping.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So this takes me to another question. Um
Yes, sir.
in terms of the general real estate um climate,
Mhm.
I spent
Yeah.
150 to get a unit, right? And I paid
Mm-hmm.
it. Let's say I paid it up front. I just bought it. I have 150. I pulled it out of my savings or retirement plan or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I bought it. I got a new apartment in Ghana right now, and I hand
Yeah.
it over to you guys to run an
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb for me because I only come to
Yeah.
Ghana once a year. Now, how long would it take from the process of me investing this 150? Well, let me take it back. If I invest 150 into this unit
Mm-hmm.
and I'm only using it, let's say, a month out of the year, what would be a scenario, projections of how much I could make in a year from, let's say, the property in Roman Ridge?
So with a property in Roman Ridge with the 150, you definitely you are going to see. We're going to have further discussion to know whether what you want to use it for is it going to be for rental specifically, or you will want to sell it. So when it's rentals, 150,000 unit, that's a one bed, you should be looking at rentals range of 1,500 to 200, 1,500 to 2,000, sorry, USD monthly rental. So with this one, you should be looking at a yearly rental within 35,000 to 40,000 USD of yearly
Okay,
returns.
that's not a bad.
That's
That's
yeah.
not a bad investment, right?
Aha,
It's not a
yes.
bad
That's
investment.
even yes, gross with the gross. And with utilities minimal, with what we know on the market, minimal utilities of, let's say, accruing maybe maximum of 10% of your gross that you've gotten
What
in
about your
utilities.
fee
Yeah.
to manage that? What is the management
So
fees? Yeah.
currently our management fee is pegged around 8 to 10%
Okay.
of room rate revenue.
That's
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 basically
that's
the room
fair.
rate revenue. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's basically for, yeah.
So I
So
like
that's
this
what
a
you
lot.
get.
So
Hmm.
one last
Yes,
thing
sir.
in this area. So when when I'm interested in an off plan, right, which I think is a great um process for a lot of
Initiative,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, initiative, right? How how do I follow through, or how do I protect my investment? Like, so I'm speaking on behalf of
Hmm.
potential investors, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm paying as we go. Are you showing me monthly, quarterly? Like, hey, this is the unit, we're building it.
Hmm.
Am I able to say pop in and visit Ghana and go see my unit? Um,
Yeah.
those type of things. Like, I want to make sure my investment is protected, the risk is mitigated. I don't want to
Hmm.
take too much risk and not know
Yeah.
if the building is happening, is slowed down, or is stopped, or whatever. So how do you keep somebody informed is what I'm getting at.
Great question. What we do at Devtraco is clear communication, transparent processes that we do. So we do monthly construction updates to clients. You get to see the stages from excavation stage to the stages, all the stages that we get to. You will be given monthly updates of it, so that you get to know every stage that we are in, and then how the construction or the property is progressing, right from the foundation stage to whenever it's completed, and even to um, where we do the snagging and then inspection and all those things. So we give you that progressive reports
Mhm.
for you to know how everything is going, and then also whatever concerns you might even have with your payment model, or when with delays in payments and all those. We have thorough discussion through our client service department, also through the sales department. We have all those interactions with you as a investor or some a client who is purchasing. So we don't leave you hanging in terms of information. We always give you accurate information about your property or
Okay.
your
That's
apartment that we are
that's good
constructing.
because that's a very important piece. A lot of people come
Mhm.
to me. That's one of the things
Yeah.
they are concerned about. They want to make sure that since they're not there physically most of the time, they're, you
Mhm.
know, well, in my case scenario, mostly in United States, they would want to
Yeah.
know, you know, how these investments are being protected. So that's a good thing that you do. And then
Mhm.
the other question is, in the transaction process, are there lawyers involved, or how does it work? Like, I have the money, I just wire it to you and you send me paperwork and we sign it, or if I wanted to have a lawyer represent me in Ghana, is that possible?
That's highly possible. So our phase stage, as you've expressed interest, we take you through the layout, we take you through the model, the layout of the units, let you see the price points or the price attached to it. We discuss the payments plan structure. That's if you want to use the biannual, that's a 6 months interval, 3 months interval, or yearly interval payments plan that you want. So all those discussions, all those information given to you, you make your decision by um, deciding to go forward by reserving. We do a reservation form. So that's the reservation form detailing all the information about the unit or the property. So with that stage, the reservation form is drafted by our legal team. So if you want your lawyer or someone else to look through that document, fine, that's great. You can let them look through it, and then any concerns you might have, we will also discuss it further. Then, in addition to the reservation form, we give you a designated account information for the particular unit that you are purchasing or you are reserving. Then you wire the 5,000 or any amounts that you want to pay to that particular account detail. which
Okay.
should be verified by us. So most often we even help clients through, get to let them see the Swift code, whatever is needed, and all those, guide them through, and then they make that deposit into the account. And then so after that, an electronic receipt is automatically sent to you, and then you get to know that this is what you've done, the payment, backed by the reservation form that you've signed.
Okay. Now, um, another interesting question somebody has asked me before is,
Yeah.
so what what type of governance or government agency protects somebody's investment of this sort? So I guess where I'm getting to is, if I'm a foreigner, right? I'm in the diaspora and I want to
Mhm.
invest in Ghana. Can I just do that, or I need to be, let's start from that. I need to have a Ghana card before I do that, or how does that part work?
You don't really need a Ghana card before you invest or purchase an apartment or a property in Ghana
Hmm.
at this moment, because we have a lot of our clients, even being diasporans, we have a lot of our clients being foreigners who want to invest in Ghana, because looking at the rent returns on investments in Ghana is accurate, and then it's high for them, so they want to engage in property or purchase a property in Ghana. Is you don't need a Ghana card.
Okay.
All we need is you have to have a national ID,
Okay.
either foreign national ID or a local national ID. Then we process the apartments or
Okay. What about taxes? So I
property for you.
I invested, I did this, and then I made some money. How do I get taxed?
So there are tax systems that or property rates that are being implemented in this country or in Ghana. Most of the property rates are being determined by the municipality wherever. So let's say for cantonment, Roman Rage, they have a particular municipality that it falls under, and then they do the property rates. One good thing about purchasing an apartment is that the property rate is rated on the land. Evaluation is done on the land yearly, and then the rate is charged or based on the land. But everyone on the that is owning an apartment on that particular land shares part of the
Oh,
property
okay.
rate. Yes,
It's kind of
that's
like
one of the taxes.
a
Yeah,
HOA system.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the HOA is even different from this one. This one is just a property where the government tax
Okay.
puts on property that you have acquired on that particular land, just to develop the roads, street
Okay.
lights, and other stuff that will
Okay.
be
Is that
needed.
expensive?
Oh, that is not expensive, because the reason why I'm saying it's not expensive is they do the evaluation and get to see what is supposed to be taxed on that particular land, and is a minute percentage. It doesn't even cross 5, even to 10% of what the land is the price of the land or the evaluation that they do.
And
Yes. So
I'm listening.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when that is done, it is shared among. So if the property or the particular developments, the units in there, the total unit is like around 230 or 250, you all share a cost into that,
I got it.
into paying those ones. So
I
you're not
got
going
it.
to pay much at all. And definitely, there are also value added tax that government will be putting on units that they will be like after purchase. But that one is after you've purchased, there's a one time payment you do after
Okay.
purchase.
Okay.
So it's not something that they will be taxing you every month or every
Is
year
there a
after
specific
purchasing your unit.
percentage for that amount?
Yeah, so currently it was passed into law of 6%. Six
Okay.
percent that
Okay.
was done, yes, was passed into law, which it's being implemented, even though it
Um,
has not taken effect yet, but it's being implemented for homeowners to pay after purchase. Yeah.
hey, I have a another question about that. Actually, I want to make a comment here. So, for those of us in
Hmm.
the diaspora who are thinking about investing in these type of things, one thing that, as an accountant, also a tax accountant, I
Hmm.
could share that these investments into properties overseas, you can account for them when you do your taxes here in United States. So for example,
Okay.
the same way you can have a rental property in, for example, New York, New Jersey, anywhere you stay here, and either capitalize, which is you can apply your depreciation on the value of the property itself,
Mm-hmm.
not the land, and expense out some of your repairs and fixes and all those things that gives you credit when you file your taxes in the United
Yeah.
States. You can also do the same on this foreign investment. Just because you're a United States citizen doesn't mean you can just go out there and do an investment and spend all this money and not be able to expend some of it or capitalize it
Yeah.
to your benefit in terms of
Mm-hmm.
when you're filing your tax returns in United States. So
Yeah.
it's something to look at. It could be a tax advantage for you, you know,
Mm-hmm.
doing such
Yeah.
investments overseas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then lastly, I wanted to, before I switch into another mode of our conversation, it's been quite
Yeah.
serious. You know why? Because when people
Mm-hmm.
make these type of decisions, it involves sometimes a lifetime of savings. Sometimes it involves
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
borrowing money. So
Yeah.
I wanted this conversation to be a little bit more serious at first, right? And so we've accomplished that. The last thing I want to ask in this realm is I spend 150K on a we're using that as a benchmark, right?
Yes. Yes, as a
On
base.
the
Yeah.
yeah, on the property. What do you think the value of that property will be, let's say 10 years from now? Just looking at the current real estate trends. 10 years
Mm-hmm.
from now, hopefully through Airbnb or short-term
Mm-hmm.
rentals, I may have recouped the money that I put in
Yeah.
and I've seen some profit, hopefully. But
Yeah.
I decided to sell it 10 years from now. Am I still going to be at 150 or what would it look like?
Okay. So in prime areas in Accra, like prime locations in Accra, I'm using Accra as the base.
Right.
Because that is realistically two areas will contribute to value to the value acquisition of your property. So we are looking at the rental yield plus the capital or the property appreciation. So the rental yield you're going to get from the location, taking into account also in addition to the value appreciation or the property appreciation of your particular apartments that you've get. So looking at areas, prime areas like cantonments, Roman Ridge, airports, a residential area, Jolu. We are looking at very prime, serene areas. Those areas attract a lot of expatriates. It also attracts a lot of business, corporate individuals who, because of the proximity to very important institutions at such areas. Roman Range Cantonment, Jolo, is range of 5 to 10 minutes drive to the airport. These areas also have very important institutions as police district head offices around that places. We have fire stations around such areas. We have well-equipped hospitals around such areas, international schools around such areas, and then we have well-demarcated roads network with street lights on that area. So it makes it look like home away from home for expatriates or
Mhm.
for Africans or for whoever living abroad who wants to come to Ghana. So it makes it very conducive for them. With this thing coming to play, if you are charging or you are renting your unit out for an average of a one bed $150 per day, they feel comfortable paying for it as compared to going far from Accra, at even within Accra, far from these prime areas that its proximity to such important institution is close by. So that is the rental yields aspect that adds up to the value of the property, and then automatically such areas attract high appreciation value on the particular apartment or any property you are buying. So we are looking at appreciation value of not less than 5 to 7% basic, not less than five. So those who buy units from us and they want to flip, they take into account 5 to 7, even moving to 10% yearly. They take into account all those things and then add it to their property price points. So the market value of that property that is 150,000 USD will be hitting 180,000, not even getting to 200,000 USD at that particular year. So that's how. So 10 years from now, the appreciation value of together with even the rental yield and everything should be looking at 10% year in year out.
Wow, that's not bad at
Yes.
all.
Yes, yes, not at all. And if it's also well finished, then you are attracting very good rental rates because these are areas that those who have the money or who are looking enough to rent with that price points or rental price points will be more than willing to rent it at that price.
um, in such areas, do or does
Mhm.
seasonal market affect it, or is always booming? Like, we have dirty December, and you have other
Mhm.
times in the
Yeah,
year. Is it when you're in these prime areas, it's busy year in and year out? Is that what you're
yeah.
saying?
So with rentals, you can't really pinpoint and say you're going to get year in year out
Right,
because it's more of seasonal.
right,
Looking at time of November, December, January, February, peak seasons for rental because of the various activities that's come to play in Accra at that
right,
moment. And our tourism is also at its peak. High, the tourism is the government have boosted the tourism industry to a high level of even 68% appreciation in terms of our tourism industry, having sea view beaches all over the place, La Palm, Labadi Beach, and other beach areas. We have a lot of restaurants. We have a lot of recreational centers also here in Ghana or in Accra. That is boosting the rental value for the property. So all these things come to play to get that rental yield every time or most of the times. So we are looking at November, December, January, February. Then we get into the month of July, August, September. So those times during the summer, a lot of people want to come to Ghana to come and experience the beach
right,
sites.
right.
So they will want to come in, yeah. And so when that happens, also you get very good rental rates. And then during the Christmas time, also people come in to do it. And let's not forget, also in Ghana, especially those let's say Ghanaians living abroad or Africans living abroad who also want to come in and then experience the castles. They are also coming in to experience the uh, the activities that we do in terms of emancipation, coming back to your roots and all those,
Right,
um,
right.
the return, and then also other activities that draws a lot of people back.
People back.
And then Ghana has also been an area for a lot of conferences.
Okay,
We have a lot of Ghana hosts a lot of conferences, both in ECOWAS, UN, and then AU. A lot of conferences. We have them in Ghana here. So all these people. So you might not be able to say that it's going to be all true, but you should also be confident to know that there are a lot of activities
happen
that will
throughout the
draw
year.
people. Yeah, that happen throughout the year.
All right, so I know that your company, you
Mm,
guys place a lot of emphasis on very
mm,
key locations. I wanted to
yeah.
find out, is it what about an investor who wants to invest in other parts of, say, Accra, Achimota, you know, Pokwase, all those places. Are those areas not good for these type of investments, and why?
So it depends on you, the homeowner, the purpose or what you are focusing on in terms of acquiring a property or acquiring an apartment. With those areas that you mentioned, they are also good for residential purposes. And then but the rental yield of those areas will be slightly lower or will even be lower than prime areas in Accra. So if you are an investor, you are looking at getting high rental yields, those locations that you mentioned earlier might not be ideal for that. In as much as the units or the properties there will be lower in terms of pricing, you will still not be able to achieve your purpose of getting high rental yields.
I got you.
It's just because the targeted, with our experience 30 years and over in rentals and then property management, we realize that those who want to who want to pay high rental yields will not prefer such areas. So if we are into business and getting investors to purchase or acquire apartments of high value, then we should be looking at prime areas. And even with the prime areas, well developed and serene areas,
Do you
so that
think
you'll be able to
do you
get in.
think in the future there will be
Mhm.
another prime area outside of these areas, like further out?
Yeah, it depends on the vision of either the government also creating towns or creating capitals or creating more well developed areas. Also, because the government is also looking at decentralization. Yeah, so if the government focuses more on decentralization, then such there might be areas that we will be mentioning today as not prime, but if
Okay.
the focus goes there, proper road networks, lighting system, electricity is provided, also building schools or very well established hospitals and all these things come into play at such areas, that area also qualifies to be a prime area, regardless of where it's located. And even if the transportation to the airports is well done in terms of train system, or there's a proper system that brings people to the airport in the shortest possible time, why not? A lot of expatriates, a lot of people who come to Ghana, foreigners who also want to be there. Yeah.
Awesome. That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
So your brand, Devtraco, is
Yeah.
Devtraco Plus, right?
Yes, sir.
Is very well known. I know that you've built thousands over thousands, right, of units and
Mhm.
properties. And so what makes you guys stand out from other real estate developers?
Okay, so what makes Devtraco stands out? I will call it a concierge experience that we give to our clients. We pay much attention to after sales services.
Mhm.
It is not enough to just develop the units, provide them with the basic facilities there, but the most important aspect is to be able to maintain the property for them, manage it properly, and then rent it out for the homeowner. So we pay much attention to that. That's why we've developed systems that offer very good client services to our property owners or homeowners clients. And then also we have a well-established management and rental company that also ensures that your rooms are being rented, taken care of, and then its appreciation. You don't lose on your appreciation value if you want to flip it in future. So those are the aspects that we've put it together. And I believe that anybody that tries our units or buys from us will attest to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to step in one of
Mhm.
those when I get to
Yeah,
Ghana very, very soon. Um,
definitely.
what is modern luxury living in Ghana looks
Mhm.
like? Like, what is that like for somebody who's watching? Luxury can mean
Yeah.
anything for anybody, but if looking at your properties, what does that look like?
What modern day luxury mean for a homeowner or someone who is coming to buy should take into consideration a lot of factors. The fittings and the fixtures of the apartment, how well the kind of wood or the kind of materials they use in terms of fixtures and fittings is very important. And then also, we also take into consideration the cooling system, the kind of air conditioning, the kind of brand that they use in terms of cooling the room with air conditioning, and then also with appliances, the brands that they use, how durable the appliances are, and then what purpose, the basic purposes that it serves. That you should be able to have a washer dryer, you should have burners, you should be able to have extractors, you should be able to have inbuilt wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, with proper wood that will be used, the tiles that is used, the sort of tiles and all those things, the faucets in terms of the bathroom or the washroom, the washroom sinks, all those things come to play to show the luxury, to expose the luxury for this particular real estate company and that particular real estate
So
company.
do you
And that's what Devtraco pays much attention to.
mm,
We
you
pay
have
much attention to.
swimming
Yeah.
pools, gyms,
Yes,
spas?
amenities.
Mm,
Yes. So in our property, just like the address, we have swimming pool, rooftop swimming pool. We have a bar and a gym, and then we have a multi-purpose sports complex. We have even provided a 1 kilometer jogging track
wow,
at the address. Yes, so that I don't step out on the streets to go and then run.
wow,
Yes,
that's
and then
nice.
also, yeah, we also have one unique even amenity we placed, or two unique amenities we have in the address, is that we have a private cinema
Mm,
in there. Yes, and then
mm.
we have a private chef's table.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so
Private
even
chef
currently,
table.
yeah, a private chef's table
Okay.
where they'll put specific cuisines for you. You order for specific menus, and then they will be to be prepared for you and your guest
Wow.
specifically. Yeah, and it's one of the settings I'm sitting in where I'm currently, is where we have a specific bar that serves our guests when they come in. So that is a setting we have for the private chef's table. We have a
Nice.
miniature golf course,
I'm
and then
I'm
even private meeting areas, cigar lounge, a lot of amenities, a
wow.
lot of amenities
I
for the
like that.
address.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
going to be checking that out
yeah,
on my
yeah,
next
yeah,
trip. I'm going to
yeah,
experience it for
yeah. And,
myself
and yes,
and
sir.
I can definitely you know what? I'm definitely looking forward to
Mhm.
that. The private chef. I need
Yeah.
to work hard though. I need to make some extra dollars.
Oh,
Yes.
that's why we have flexible payment plan. I spoke about flexible payment plan. That makes Devtraco stands out. Flexible payments plan, and then we also well structured after sales services, and then clear documentation. That makes us stands out in all our properties that we have. We have one in Cantonment in Arlo. We have a place where it's co-working spaces, office spaces, amphitheater, and then even a fire pit. So every property that we have unique, specific amenities that serves the interest of the homeowner or the
Wow.
tenant. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Good job, man.
Yes, sir.
You guys are
Yes, sir.
definitely moving the needle. So I do
Mhm.
want to ask you this though. Ghana has been and is on the map, right? Where do you think Ghana is
Yeah.
headed? What's the future?
For Ghana, I think that the future for Ghana is we are going to be a powerhouse for real estate. We are going to be a gateway. We're going to be a gateway for real estate.
I can see
And there are
that.
a lot of, yeah, yeah, because currently Ghana's room rate revenues are very good, very attractive. And then also the government has put in a lot of measures to boost the tourism industry, to open up the country for more visitors to come in. So the more visitors come in, the more you're getting rentals, the more the traction is for units and properties. And then also the airport used to host 1.5 million visitors coming in yearly. Now it has even been opened up to 2.5 million.
Wow. That's
Yes,
a
so
significant
a lot
increase.
of, yes, significant increase that is coming in there. Yeah, and then with the invention of with tech, we are even doing Devtraco. We are doing virtual tours, and then there's going to be a situation where there'll be more virtual tours. There'll be 3D walk-ins. There'll be video walkthroughs. A lot of systems now. Even Devtraco, we work with CRM and an automated speed response system that we already work with. So I believe that as we've even set the pace, a lot of these things will be happening in Ghana, with that will attract a lot
Mm,
of people in Ghana. Yeah.
okay. So here's the round here. What are the
Mhm.
three things that people should look forward to or should prepare themselves for when they want to invest?
Okay, so I'll tell them to do due diligence.
Okay.
In as much as they are good companies, they are also going to be bad companies all there. And then they should do proper search and due diligence, and should deal with companies that have good track record in terms of longevity in service, in serving the people, and then also with good properties that they've developed, and so that they can avoid litigation. They can also avoid scam and fraudulent activities that goes on. And then also the second aspect they should do is the model returns. What I mean by model returns is that the model the company puts in place to help you, the investor, the homeowner, to get your return on the investment you've done. Do they have where are they building their properties? Is it a well is it a well established location that has its proximity to very important institution is very key. And then also they have after sales services. So they don't just build a property for you and then leave you to manage or to struggle in managing your property. You should have better after sales services, and then those are the models that they should put into place: maintenance, and then how well they do their documentation, the processes they go through in doing documentation, which is very important. So these are, and then also post purchase management. You might definitely want to flip it, or you will want to keep it for as for transgenerational purposes. It should be, it should still remain in that value. It should still have that high quality. You check their appliances they are using, the kind of brands they are doing. All those aspects of post purchase management should be in place to ensure that your property or the investment you've done is worthwhile, is the value for money.
Isaac, I think you've been an
Yeah,
excellent
yeah,
representative of your company. You've broken down things. I've learned a lot about it. I
yeah.
myself, I'm confident in doing business with you guys.
Mhm.
Um, just
Yeah.
two more things or so, couple of things, right, to wrap this up for this episode.
Yeah.
What inspired you to get into real estate, and what does success in real estate mean to you?
So what inspired me to get into real estate is when I got the opportunity to interview to become a sales representative, sales executive. Then I graduated to become a sales consultant all throughout the 5 years of my work as a real estate person. What inspired me is the fact that I will be able to offer services to investors, give them value for money, and then also ensure that whatever they are looking up to in terms of getting yields of whatever they are investing in, they will be able to achieve that through my guidance or through my professional information that I give them. So that's inspired me. You know, people have that gap of getting to, there's this big gap of getting people who can guide them through the journey of acquiring a property. So when I realized all those deficits, it inspired me to take it a notch higher, to also work hard to get clients what they need in terms of real estate.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what
Mm.
what does real estate success mean to you? Because I can hear in your voice that
Yeah.
you're very passionate
Mhm.
about this. You seem like a trusted partner, and um, I would love to have
Yeah.
people in the community have access to you so they can get more
Yeah.
information about investing in the real estate that your company has to offer. So, what is success to you?
So real estate success to me is when we've won your trust as a company. We've been able to gain your trust to believe that the real estate industry or the real estate or getting an apartment or acquiring a property is the best venture as an investor you should be able to enter. So that's the real estate success, that they have the confidence in you as a company, and that they have this end-to-end service confidence that you will be able to deliver whatever they've placed or whatever investment they've gotten themselves into. Seamless, transparent, and convenient at their doorstep. So that should be the success for real estate or even for Devtracco, to be able to provide you with all those services.
So, how can somebody watching this get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can get in touch with me via my email. Isaac.Aboagye at devtracoplus.com. And then also on LinkedIn, Isaac Aboagye, Isaac Aboagye. So that's the name, Isaac Aboagye. On LinkedIn, you can contact me there. We can link up and then also offer some services that we have, offerings that we have. And also in Instagram, same Isaac Aboagye up there. And I don't know, my number is in Ghana plus 233 55971 8463. So that's what
Absolutely.
I
And I'm going to
yeah,
make sure I send people in my community your way so
mhm,
that you can guide them, make smart
yeah,
and successful business
decision.
decisions. So
Mhm,
here at Next 400, our goal is to bridge the
mhm,
gap, right?
yeah.
By forming sustainable ecosystems that bring together all in the black diaspora to
Mhm,
benefit from collective wealth creation processes. So
yeah.
what do you say to some of our brothers and sisters in the African American diaspora who feel as though they may not be welcome to Ghana because of misconceptions or some things that they've heard? If somebody's watching right now and they're like, "Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know if I can trust Africans," or and what do you say to something like that? This is on a personal note. We're I'm talking to you, Isaac.
Yes, sir. Okay. I know you might have had maybe some experiences, either good or bad, with some people, whether you've been an African or wherever you find yourself. But one thing I know for sure is that Ghana is a home where there is a lot of people who attest to the fact that we are hospitable, we are friendly, and that we are welcoming. Even right from the airport, we are very welcoming. In as much as there might be some bad nuts there, but generally, as a country, we are welcoming people, supportive, and then willing to offer services to whoever is coming. So I believe that there is this confidence that when you come, because when you come and then you experience through the right channels, even just like going through Kweku, all those channels, they are trying to bridge that gap, get people who are authentic, people that they can trust, and who have better services to offer. So don't just be scared. Get through the right channels, and then Ghana will welcome you in the best way.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Hey, listen, guys, it may seem like a lot of money to invest, but really, compared to the markets here in the United States, it's not much. And I think that this is a wonderful opportunity where you link up with real people, real businesses, real developers, establish relationships, get educated, and then make that move that you're not going to regret 10 years
Mhm,
from now. Like he said before, that this is legacy. You know, when we talk about creating a legacy of wealth and community, we're talking about what can you invest in today that benefits those who come after you. So these are some of the opportunities that we'll talk about in the next 400 community. And I'm so thankful that you broke things down um
mhm,
in pieces
yeah,
so that anybody who watches this can get an idea and know that hey, they can look at all your contact information and say, hey, let me call Isaac and see how we can start. Right, it's always about a start. Have a conversation, let me know my options, and he will walk me through the promised land. And that's Ghana,
yeah,
man. That's Ghana for you.
definitely.
Thank you again for your time. Thank you guys for watching and rocking with me again. Until the next episode, let's continue to spread the wealth amongst each other. Thank you, Isaac, for your
Yeah,
time, and good luck with
yeah.
all
Thank you.
your ventures.